in actual fact, we know we have something coming up next week, and we can probably talk about that a little later.
Yeah, it's
Because
on there.
I hear you all talking about dumplings by the diaspora, but the best dumplings are served at Joseph Gully. So coming up next weekend, the best
Yeah.
dumplings will be delivered there. But let me get back to the point. This particular area, again, because of generosity, what they are taking from us is that we no longer have access down in the gully. That belong now to them, to Teacup and Saucer. They are cutting that off, putting a fence around it, and calling it their gardens. We no
That's why
longer have
private
access to their
that's why private people cannot own roads and bridges. That's the purpose.
precisely.
That's why government's supposed to own those things.
And the intent there that this gentleman was also going to build a barrier across the train line to stop us from driving in to that area. If you can play the next video there, Dave, I hope you have it. I hope you have it. And this is
I
not my
tell you.
commanders now. If you can play the next video, you will see the video. You will see the gentleman. You will see the gentleman that has been so generous to us. And what are the consequences of it? I just can't sit back and allow these things to happen. And who am I fighting for? Am I fighting for Victor Lewis? I want to see it like me, not about here. You see my shirt? You see it, Michelle? I can probably get one of these to you up to Florida. Not about here. No. Because this is the type of treatment. This is the gentleman there. Hold it there. I drove my vehicle like I've done for 50-something years. I drove my vehicle like I did all the time when I was in Barefoot, when I go down there with my dogs, when I go and relax, when I go and picking grapes, when I go hug, I drive my vehicle down there. And now in 2025, after I've given 33 and a third and more to this country, Barbados, I can have a man coming out of Australia to tell me that I can't drive my vehicle there. Have mercy, man. How disappointing can we get when we can find this type of attitude towards us Bajans who have done so much for this country to be subjected to this? And what is hurtful about it, or what is interesting about it, is that we made this an issue in Barbados years ago. And just the other day, I'm subjected to this kind of behavior from an individual who only came to Barbados with fine linen. And what does he get? He gets the right to tell me I can't drive my vehicle down there. He gets the right to tell us he's going to build a barrier across the trailway so we can't drive down there. He gets the right to tell us he's going to build up 2 gates to block us out from Teacup and Saucer and from the Joseph Gully. He gets the right to tell us. And this is the final note I'm going to make on this one. This is the final note I'm going to make on it. Because I did my investigations, I talked to the bird on the fence, and the bird on the fence told me that that was not the only thing in the plan. The plan was, and we saw all the different drafts that came out. I saw them all. All they were sent to me, staircase they were sending us into music. That was our entrance and exit from the Cup and Saucer. They were sending us into the Joseph Gully at the end. That's what the plan for us, but it gets worse than that. It gets worse. Part of the plan was that they wanted to allow us to have use of the Joseph Gully and for Teacup and Saucer, but that we will be timetabled as to when we can go in and when we must come out.
Wow.
Yes.
Madness.
Yes, that was part of the plan. I know that a proposal came to me saying that this particular area of land will be given to the NCC, National Conservation Commission, that looks after the parks and beaches, etc. I have no difficulty with that. But I had to say to the individual in question, when that is done, will the NCC be now used as a conduit to mobilize the expected laws coming from this developer? And I'm saying that one of the laws that he would want to institute is to determine when we can visit Joseph Gully and when we must leave Joseph Gully. And that was part of the plan for us Bajans.
And this is part of, so you're saying the planning and development department would have given him this the go ahead to do this
leverage to do all of that. And the representative for the parish, well, I must say he came out and we had some discussions. But where are we in 2025? Where are we on the 5th of February 2025 that I'm driving to Joseph Gully to go as usual and relax and enjoy myself, my dogs and I am being castigated by this gentleman in question.
Well, on Sunday, listen, folks, because some of you on here, I could tell, I mean, you know, I don't have all of that history of Joe's River. I've been there through Mr. Lewis and others, you know, only in the last, I would say probably 4 or 5 years. But some of you have so much history there. And you know what, guys, we're going to go down there for a roadside parliament. You know, we did a march, we did a motorcade. This time around, we are going to drive our cars and we are going to park at the bottom of the hill and walk up. And we're going to go into Joe's River. We're going to put up our speaker system and we're going to have a roadside parliament in there. And we dare any colonizer, we dare any massa, right? Come and tell us we cannot be down at Joe's River. We're going to put up a sound system and we are going to have a roadside parliament. We're going to roast breadfruit.
Oh, yes.
Cook some soup in the river.
Yes. Valentine dumplings, Valentine breadfruit, the whole works.
The whole works.
Yes.
You understand me? So they need to understand there is no colonizer. There is no massa that is going to stop us from eating breadfruit.
Marcia,
we are going down there. We're going to roast with breadfruit. Make sure everybody brings some breadfruit.
Marcia, understand, this is our history, you know. Our history is that before there were plantations owned by whites, and we owned the lands on the periphery because that was seen as rab land. The plantation now gone into what we call cowage. So you now have cowage fields no longer in use, being cut up and sold, you know. And now that we have tourism, you have the individuals who previously owned the land on the peripheries, they are now being ostracized. Gentrification has now been mobilized in this country, where all the lands now on the periphery of this country are now being taken by developers. And we are now ostracized and are being pushed back into the central parishes to be subjected to cowage and otherwise. And that is going to have a heavy impact on families, especially as it relates to taxes and all the above. So that's where we are in 2025, where the whites previously owned the plantations and now they are coming to own the periphery of this country, Barbados. We cannot sit back and allow it to continue.
Well, somebody here is saying after the breadfruit and is roasted and eaten, the land will still belong to the Muzungu. But listen, this is in court. So this Mr. Victor you see here, he's not just a talker. Mr. Victor was one of those who took this man to court and got an injunction, but he is defying the courts of Barbados and putting up his right. Am I right, Mr.
Yes, put up the caution tape. And we saw in the newspaper there, we saw it in the Nation 2 Fridays ago, that the court will be written, you know, that the council in question will write the court and ask him to remove the tape. Up to now, the tape, yesterday I passed there, and the tape was still there. So he's clearly defiant. He had no right to put that tape up. Oh no, you know. So he has defied the representative. He has defied planning and development, the prime minister of our country. He has defied, you know, everybody as far as I'm concerned, because he still has the tape up. And apart from that, he has all kind of signs posted, 7 signs in that small area there, 7 signs saying that we use that area at our own risk. All that has been going on that property, and up until now, the courts can't stop it. The representative for St. Joseph can't stop it, nor the leader for this country, who has a responsibility of protecting us,
Protecting the land,
have not been able to stop it, because it is still going on.
Well,
But I'm hoping that the people will understand that we are refined. We are very refined people. We are not passive. We are refined. And I'm saying that in 1937, those individuals who stood up for justice were also refined people. So let us be conscious of that.
yeah. You know, and this is why on Sunday, February 16th, put on your clothes and let's go down there.
Mm-hmm.
These fields and hills, you understand? And we're not going to sit back and let nobody come from nowhere. You get me? So we got this whole colonizer thing is not going to be working on us. You're going to put up tape. He should be, Miss McLean, and think he should be happy, glad this is not in a country that I'm very familiar with. Because somebody would have got a scissors a long time. You understand me? A big garden scissors, long time. So let me tell you all something. You understand? If this by law, this is supposed to come down, why is it still there?
Marcia, you asked the question.
Yeah.
Victor asked the question. He's defiant, but I asked the question: who continues to allow him to do what he's doing?
right?
My concern, and I have grown up in this country for all the years, being very respectful of the judiciary and accepting what was then the separation of powers. But I am very concerned about a whole set of developments, which makes me question. And you know, what is so ironic is that the representative for St. Joseph is the chief legal advisor to government, the attorney general. You know, and all of this. I mean, this guy comes out there. You use the word gentleman. I wouldn't use the word gentleman for a whole set of reasons. The guy in white comes out there, and obviously, I can hear what he was saying, but there's an aggression. You know, and you're talking to a man born in this country, and you as a man who's come into our country and behaving like that. But he can, because he's been allowed to do it. He's been given permission. People have changed the laws to allow him to
Let me tell you, Miss McLean, we're going to make him famous. We will make him famous. Do you hear what I tell you, Barbados? I am telling you. Let us make this man famous. Send this all across the world, and let's make him famous. Okay, he has money. That's his problem, you know, Miss McLean.
Because that's it. I mean,
Marcia, you forget about the sense of entitlement. The sense of entitlement.
Of course. Sure. In other words, who are you people, or you natives?
Exactly.
Let me use the language that they would use. These natives are coming to confront me, when in fact you are here at our pleasure. But you see, when a government is going to go and change the rules, go and research. Go back. I say to the persons on this show, go and read the comments of the Prime Minister in relation to the debate on the changes of the legislation, town and country planning, and all of this, and see where power was in whose hands power has become concentrated.
Oh, let it be understood that I had no difficulty with the whole concept of we must respect the whole court process. If it is lethargic in anywhere, I really can't determine those dimensions. Yeah, but I want to respect that. So when the injunction was given, let's accept an injunction has been given.
And follow
All
that.
activity on the site stops. He has no right to go there and put up that tape. None whatsoever. He went and put up the signs. Now he's gone and put up the tape.
Because nobody stopped him when he put up the
Yes.
signs. Nobody stopped him. And that's the problem, that we could be in, this is 2025, and we could be sitting down and let somebody look like him to come here and tell us what to do.
I don't
Do you
travel this.
understand the provisions of the cybercrime legislation? Those provisions which was suggesting that we must be muted because we are not supposed to discuss these travesty. I call it a travesty that a man can come in my country and ignore, you know, but he didn't do it by himself. He was given permission in an area where, I mean, some things need to be preserved for us as our patrimony, you know.
I'm serious. You know, this here, he should be lucky. He should be lucky. I know of a place very intimately, that we wouldn't even be here quarreling about this.
But Victor says, Victor, what was the word you used to describe the rioters in 37 and we are, what you said?
They're refined.
We're not passive, you know. We are probably restrained, but we act. You say, you know.
We are.
Well, we are going down there. We are going down to Joe's River. And Joe's River is symbolic. I know the time is gone, but this is so important. Joe's River is symbolic of all of the land abuse and misuse.
Precisely.
No, Manasseh King put my recommendation is not cut the tape. My recommendation is the court go and enforce your injunction. Exactly. You know, why should I have to go and cut tape when there was an injunction given? Somebody needs to go and ensure that the injunction is being observed.
I will not stoop so low
as to cut any tape.
No tape.
I agree with you, Victor.
Because I went there to remove the tape so that it will just go down. The gunman said that's the tape he's put there to caution people, and I let go of the tape and step back. He then began to walk. He walked from the top and was coming down those steps. And, you know, at the same time, he went into his pocket. You know, I didn't know what was coming out.
Okay.
But what came out was the phone. But there's so many other things that could have exited his pocket. Exactly. And I said that at that particular point in time, I said, boy, you know, it is a good thing that you can just hold your cool. Hold your cool. Because that is what he did. He walked from the top, coming down, you know, had all the noise, and then went to his pocket and pulled out his phone. Of course, he pulled out his phone, and I took out mine too.
All right, then.
Well, that said, where are the lawyers, the historians, the media, and the National Trust? And this is what happened. Mia Motley, you're asking, Prime Minister Mia Motley, you're asking, what has happened? This has happened because you have silenced and you have taken away the responsibility and everything from all these people that I just had up here. The lawyers, they're scared of you, Prime Minister Mia Motley. Okay? They are afraid of you. The National Trust, all those people cannot stop you from doing what you want to do in this country. That is what has happened. You're asking what has happened to us. Where did we go wrong? You is wrong in this country. That's where we went wrong. We went wrong twice in this country. You and everybody knows it. I'm going to say it. And you all don't have to like me. It is the truth because we are thinking it. You are the problem. You.
He's trying all kinds of methods just to get a slowdown in traffic in that area, pedestrian traffic and vehicular traffic in that area, because he thinks he owns it. And that will not work in this country, Barbados. And I want to say it to me and all the others, not but here. Ain't going to work. So we'll stand up. Next weekend, I invite in the whole of Barbados, the whole of Barbados.
The whole of Barbados come down. The whole of Barbados come down here and walk with your breadfruit. Come and do like what your foreparents would do. All who want wash clothes, you want wash clothes? Bring clothes and wash. Bring your soap powder and wash your clothes and burn and do your breadfruit, and we're going to drink soup. The
water
best
down
food
the,
in Barbados down there.
the
Bring
water
your
down
container.
the water down there is more beautiful than the one in St. Lucie. Have mercy,
All right.
God.
Okay, folks, good night. We have gone over, but Lord, this was worth it. It was worth it. Sunday, put it in. It's Sunday, February 16th. Don't come and say you didn't know about it. You don't know where. Do the Google map and find out where to get to Joe's River. Put some people in your car and let's go down the road. Okay? Go ahead, Dave. I know Dave wants to play something there.
Them I will never make regret. Strength and security, build barricade. That can happen here in this country. I want just to know that if it belongs to me, that can happen here over my dead body. Tell Jack that I say that if it belongs to me. Look, that bitch is mine. I could pay
Okay, guys, so see you again on Friday, and we're gonna talk about this on Friday again. Okay, bye bye, guys. See you. Thanks to all the guests,
Good night.
panelists.
Thank
you
you,
all.
Marcia.
God bless. Bye bye.
All right, Michelle, hope to see you in Barbados soon.